Hi everyone. I think it was very detailed and elaborative intro for me. Okay, I think they might have uh, taken through the entire profile. Might be, yeah. Uh, Thanks for it's a wonderful opportunity for me to share my knowledge that what I have earned for the period of last 30 years. So what is I think the most important thing. Maybe I will not bore people when my sessions are happening. Mostly, I used to have more practical, and you carry some kind of an understanding that would be helpful for not just this 1 hour session. It might be a career transformation. That's how you should think about it. And there are three guidelines that one is you can ask questions and answers. I think the facilitation might collect all the questions, and you can maybe uh, ask answers. You can ask any questions related to AI, ML, quantum computing at this point of time. And I started my career as a chartered accountant, and I was traveling a techno-functional career. So you can ask any questions related to the financial systems, fintech operations, and stuff like that, the scope, and then the future roles. And don't hesitate asking questions. That's the first guideline. The second guideline is, might be the knowledge management is of four different stages. One is awareness. Another one is the real learning, that is knowledge, and the third is mastery, and fourth is practitioner. There are four levels. So awareness is basically is much needed. It doesn't matter whether you are belonging to which domain or which demography, but aware as much as everything that might be useful for you at some point in time, that in your lifetime. Maybe somebody not immediately use AI or machine learning, it doesn't matter, but you just need to make sure that the day when you are using, you have some kind of an understanding what the AI can do it. And then the most important thing, the third guideline that I used to give to all my fellows, that don't stop learning, because learning makes two things. It is keeping you young. The people who are earning a certificate or a degree every 6 months once are top 1% of the population in the world. So maybe you just need to spend 20 hours minimum on a half yearly. That would help you to make you among the 1% of the world. That's something that you just need to keep in mind. So let me take you through the the topic, what they have given. I think you all aware. Today we are going to talk that how the human intelligence basically has to cope up with the artificial intelligence. Are we ready for interacting with the artificial intelligence? That is what actually the idea of this particular session all about it. The first most important thing, you just need to understand what human is capable, right? We are trying to mimic through AI, right? We are trying to achieve that what human can do, a machine can do. So I don't need to tell what human can do, right? At this point of time. So we all know that what is the capability of human. Now, how the machine thinks, that is something, how the machine understands and thinks and stuff like that. That is something that is very much interesting. So now there are two technology, artificial intelligence. Everybody, talking about it. Apart from that, quantum computing. This is something very big thing that everybody is, talking about it. Today, the session, what you just tried. There are three topics that I am going to touch base. One is, how the generative AI, exactly placed in our life, and what the capability of generative AI, and for the Indian context, not the international context. And then the third most important thing is the quantum computing. How you fusion the quantum computing and the AI, for your day-to-day solutions. That is something that we are going to talk about it. I'm going to share my screen. I think I share my screen. I hope that you all see my screen right now. Yeah. I'm right now in the Chat GPT window. I think you all have some understanding that what Chat GPT is, right? So Chat GPT is basically, I think I'm getting some kind of questions. Uh, so if you go to Chat GPT, you have a kind of a kind of a chat interaction, right? What exactly the Chat GPT is? I'm getting some background noise. I think you guys please mute yourself. Yeah. Excuse me. I think, I'm getting some background noise. Okay. So what we need to understand here is, we have, so we have background noise right now. I think, uh, you know, s- s- can somebody mute? Hello? I think I'm getting some background noise. Just hold on for a few minutes. So what we need to understand today that, in our Indian context, see, there are two people who have listened to the Bhagavad Gita. I think the Mahabharata has something everybody knows here. So there are two people who have listened to the Bhagavad Gita, and two people are, explaining the Gita, right? One is Krishna is telling the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. At the same time, it has been streamed by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra, right? So Dhritarashtra is somebody who is actually a blind guy. He does not know, anything. He is just, completely blindfold. So just imagine that, a chat GPT is something streaming the real life information based on the incremental way that, how Sanjaya is asking in a dialogic way. Let me help you something like that. Uh, you know, I have some prompts. We just need to know how to command over ChatGPT. Uh, we just have a prompt like this. I will just explain this prompt, what exactly the command it is. See, what this command is basically, we are telling that, the AI to be a Sanjaya, and you and the audience, the person who is, interacting might be a Dhritarashtra, and you have to explain every topic that what I am, what I'm asking in such a way, more a dialogic way. It means in a question and answer way. This way, what happens is, as a layman, it will it will comprehend with a lot of metaphor, examples, and Socratic questions. That is what actually, in between it will ask, and you will be able to learn anything on the fly by giving a topic. I'm going to help you to achieve something like this. Here is the structured, so you can see the fascinate as a passionate master level tutor, guiding me, a layman, through any subject using a recursive interview style pedagogy tailored to my pace and understanding. Your goal is to help me attain deep transferable mastery through dialogic learning, practical applications, and continual reflection. Now, in this process, what and all you are asking, the ChatGPT to do, initiate the well-detailed learning journey by asking me to specify the topic that I wish to master. Deconstruct the chosen topic into coherent, exhaustive, complete, and comprehensive layered syllabus, beginning with foundational principles and progressive advancing towards complex integrative concepts. For each lesson within the syllabus, adhere to the following instructional loop. Explain the core concept clearly, succinctly, using analogies, metaphors, and real-world scenarios to ground abstract ideas. Engage me Socratically using probing questions, open-ended questions that challenge assumptions, reveal gaps, and stimulate critical thinking. Assign a micro exercise. Every topic, after finishing every topic, you have to evaluate me. So, assigning a micro exercise and thought experiment that allows me to immediately apply, test, and explore the concept in a compact yet meaningful way. Ask for readiness to proceed. If I confirm, transition to the next concept. If I hesitate or express confusion, enter a recursive mode. This is what actually the command that I am going to give. So you just see what it does. It says, perfect. Declare your subject. What specific topic that you want to master? It may be anything. Linear algebra, quantum computing, digital marketing through first principle, theology, maybe philosophy, generative AI, game theory, classical machines, neural network, trigonometry. It doesn't matter what topic it is. You just need to provide a topic. Let me put a topic, trigonometry. Everybody will be aware of this trigonometry, right? Let me use trigonometry. So you just understand what it does. It is creating a syllabus for the trigonometry. It says that basic Euclidean constraint, point, lines, angles, types of triangle and angle sum rule, congruence and similarity, concept of ratios. I think these all things that you might know in the 10th level, might be 10th or 11th level. So it is giving you the in-depth subtopics on that particular broader topic. Let me go one by one. Now it has given a syllabus. Now you say next. You just simply say next. This is what actually Sanjaya is asking. I don't know anything about trigonometry, assume. I'm just blindfolded. I'm asking in such a way that, okay, further, take me next. So when I say next, what it does, it is, stepping into the first chapter, first topic, basic Euclidean constraint, points, lines, and angles. And it says that what is point, what is line, segment, angle. Analogy. It says that think of a compass needle. The needle sweeps, from north to east. The amount of sweep is the angle. This is an amazing way that it is explaining me what is angle actually. Think of a clock, right? Normally we used to see these pictures of angle in the hands of the clock, right? So all these things that comes to your brain now, right now, it will flash in your brain. And then it is asking you Socratic questions. Can a straight angle or a zero angle be the same geometry? Why or why not? If you connect 3 points in space, under what condition do they not form a triangle? I think this is something interesting. I copy this, and then I am asking this question again. You just see what it does. It says, excellent, this is kind of the precision thinking we need. If you connect 3 points in space, when do they not form a triangle, right? This is something you just need to play around with it. And you say next, it will move on to the next pointer. It is in the memory right now. It moves to the next topic, like that it will move. And it will, if you are not saying next, what it will do, it will revolve around in the same topic. And until you comprehend and you complete your learning journey, you will not end the loop. That is your recursive mode of learning. You just need to know that, the capability of ChatGPT. It is those days. It is very much tough to learn anything which is very complex. I'm going to give some other topic. Just copy this prompt once again and go to a new chat window, and you switch the subject right now. So you say quantum computing. I don't know much about quantum computing. Okay, now I'm just trying as a layman, as a Sanjaya. I'm just asking ChatGPT as a Dhritarashtra blindfold guy, blind means blind by knowledge. I don't have any idea about what is quantum computing, right? Let me try what is quantum computing. It is deconstructing the quantum computing into various topics. And I think, it is not much elaborative right now, because it is it is just giving me something very broader level. I will say, expand the layered topic, exhaustive, more comprehensive, expanded, exhaustive, and expanded in depth. Now it will be reconstructing the syllabi into multiple layers. You can see it is now creating more layers, and it is giving you a more expanded topic. This topic, until you finish your learning, will be there in its memory. And I will go ahead and I will say that, I will jump into a particular topic and say in 6 point, in layer 6, qubit, what is qubit technology? I will say 6.1. So, okay, jump into 6.1. So it says that quantum programming language foundation and framing. It says that what is qubit, cirq, q-sharp, and penny lane. So these are all the packages. Basically, Qiskit is a quantum computing package by IBM. Cirq is the quantum computing package by Google. q-sharp is Microsoft quantum computing package. And you have Xanadu is a company which is which is running a quantum computer called Penny Lane. These are all quantum computer names, assigned by each developers. And it says that what is quantum computing? A classical program executes operations on a known state. A quantum program describes a quantum circuit and executes probabilistically collapses the wave functions at runtime. So any topic, it doesn't matter that what topic you want to learn. It may be, if you are pursuing a legal degree, assume that I think the recent issue is going on the on this RCB stampede. You say that what is culpable homicide? If you are an advocate, you want to pursue a legal degree, it will provide you any such kind of a subject, what exactly that you want to know. It says that good culpable homicide is a cornerstone concept in criminal jurisprudence. You should know what you want to learn. Is it a theoretical or legal doctrine that you want to know, or Indian Penal Code you want to know? I just say that within the context of one. So it is telling that homicide, culpable homicide within the Indian Penal Code. Now it is telling what are the topics that is that it is going to take you through, and you can ask more questions. And it is asking that every legal aspect of what exactly the topic that you wish to pursue. So this is how you can use the AI in your in your day-to-day learning, when you are a student or when you are mastering some something that AI is vast. Now I'm going to take you through there are 3 stages, I said, right? There are 4 stages of knowledge. The first stage is awareness. So AI currently is going to help you in making you in such a way that aware everything, as I said, and you can master everything, and you become a masterio, intensive training on any subject. And how AI can be useful as a practitioner. Practitioner means how you make money with AI, right? How you monetize your artificial intelligence generative AI skill in your in your journey, in your it doesn't stop, right? After you finish your mastery, what next? I need to practitioner. I need to be a practitioner. I need to practitioner the knowledge what I learned, right? Either doing consulting or developing some product or some services, some software, or anything that is possible with the AI today. Let me take you through the next demonstration, how you can use AI, generative AI for monetizing your skill, what you acquired. Let me show you how this is possible. Let me take you through this prompt. So given any resume PDF as input, I will upload a PDF file. And as soon as I uploaded the PDF file, it has to generate a high resolution 2-columnar infographic resume as a fully standalone HTML file ready for seamless PDF export following strict professional design guideline. I'm giving a guideline here, how it has to be designed, how the output supposed to be. I have a layout requirement. Imagine there are 2 columns in the A4 sheet. One column that is talking about my name, education, and then experience. On the other side, I will have some skills list, and I have a chart. I'm giving some kind of a color coding, that what is the background colors of the chart. And and also I have given a script. Basically, I'm giving a script, the embedded script for generating a chart. Actually, you can see that this particular section of the prompt is, it is creating a script. I think you see there is a script that I have been telling to create. And in the script, what I am doing here, I didn't tell what is the data. It has to be picked it up from the PDF file that I'm uploading. And I don't know what exactly, the content in it. So it is just a template that I am giving with the placeholders. And what it does, as soon as I upload some file, let's say I just, go and upload a resume. I have some resume of, maybe I will take somebody, Purna resume. Okay. And you can see the preview of her resume. This is a one-pager document. And you see the input file is, something, not an infographic style. It's just a normal CV. Now I am just, uploading that file to ChatGPT, and I am telling that, you need to provide me a infographic CV of this, and I am uploading this. You just see what actually it does. It is reading the PDF file, and it is, understanding, the content of it in a moment, and it is creating a beautiful HTML code. This is actually, going to help you to get a CV. Now what you do, you copy this code, and you go to your, uh, notepad. Just open your notepad. Then you paste this and say file save as. In the desktop, you say purna.html, because it's an HTML code. Now, whatever the code that has been given, that is saved in the name of purna.html, you can see what it does. The normal PDF file, what you have seen, that has been converted as a HTML page, and it is, reading. It is reading the content, and it is taking the name, surname, and then, the title, email ID, phone number, location. Then it is taking the summary, professional experience, projects, and skills. It is listing the top skills and technologies, and it understands all those things. Productivity, focus, and it is creating a chart, right? And it is creating a chart, and then it is creating education. This is an amazing service, basically. Any PDF file that you upload, and you will get a you will get a infographic CV like this. So you can create an application, online application, and you can create some similar services using the generative AI. And this way you can monetize. You can put some price for these services, and you can you can earn in dollars. So these are all amazing idea. You can do a lot many things with the artificial intelligence, generative AI today. Now let me get into something that more interesting for you, right? I think that's more interesting in terms of how we how we mix the generative AI with the quantum computers, right? That is something, the next topic that we are going to move. there are some login credentials. Okay, I think let me give an understanding of what is now we are going to see. This is definitely a kind of very much interesting topic. See, we are going to see something, a musical classification application. How we are going to use quantum computers for classifying the Carnatic music, Carnatic raga. So let me give some kind of a background, some understanding about what actually the, this Carnatic music, for those people who don't have some idea about what Carnatic music is. See, Carnatic music, right, in India, in South India, we have Hindustani, Carnatic, and then, the Western, like that, there are three different categories of musical streams that is being taught in musical schools. Carnatic music is very, very unique. When I say very unique, in the sense, there are certain grammars and rules, like the way that how the language has been constructed. It has a specific order of sound, and then specific time and specific style, and many things are there. When you get into music, actually. So what we need to understand, the Carnatic raga is basically 72 primary ragas and 2000 plus derived ragas. These 72 ragas has different kind of singers. If you see Bala Murali Krishna, he will be a creator of multiple ragas on a daily basis. Every day morning he will sit, he will wake up from bed, and he will create some new raga, and that is something called derived ragas. They call it as the secondary ragas, like that. So assume you record maybe 10 seconds of any Carnatic song, either a male voice or a female voice or an instrument. Is it possible for machine to classify that particular song as a what raga it is? Let me first set a kind of an understanding about ragas. So in Indian music, you can see that Indian classical music is categorized into two major forms: Hindustani and Carnatic music. Apart from that, you have Western music that is not in our scope right now, because we are now talking about Indian music. Why Indian music? He's picked it up because for Western music you have a lot of advanced applications right now. For Indian music, we are still crawling as a baby stuff, and we can see that the present focus on Carnatic raga classification. One of the most challenging milestone in the field of Carnatic music analysis in raga detection. Every composition is structured using ragas. There are 72 Melakarta ragas, that is your primary ragas, and you have indefinite Janya ragas. I said 2000. Actually, it may expand. There is no such kind of a limit for secondary ragas. Basically, that is called Janya ragas. Raga is considered as backbone of Indian classical music. It is the fundamental concept of which whole melody of performance is based and comprises of a group of swaras. So you need to know what is swara. There are 7 octaves: sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, and sa, ni, ta, pa, ma, ga, ri. They call it as onward and reverse arrangement of the sounds, basically. And we have there are certain swaras like ga, ri, like that. There are different way of, there is small differences between every octave also. And you can see these all, these individual notes, that is actually the octave sequence, that is actually called as 7 swaras. These swaras are constructing, are underlying basic unit, or maybe the smallest unit of Carnatic music. Or maybe even, in Western music, there is a similar swaras like, A, B, C, D, F, like that. And there is notation, different notation actually. There it is, starting from C, D, E, F, and then, A, B, C, like that. The Indian arrangement of keyboards that you can see there. The way that how it is arranged, and then the way that how it is really inside, it doesn't matter for us, because we are not going to do anything in this. We are going to tell machine to understand and come out something, right? So forget about all these intricacies. It's just for awareness. You just need to know certain basic things. And you see that, the arrangement of the swaras and presence of the swaras, and, how these swaras basically giving a raga. So that is something that you need to understand here. And I gave some sample of 10 items here. So the swara mnemonic and swara names. And then the problem statement. What is our underlying problem? The problem is, we have to give a melodic framework found in Indian classical music. If the sequence of swaras depicting the mood and the sentiment, Indian music has 7 basic swaras, namely sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, ni. This is the sequence and linear order of notes. There are thousands of ragas in Carnatic music, derived from 72 Janya ragas, and all called Malakarta ragas, formed by the combination of 12 swarasthanas with the 16 swara variants. In this project, we propose to classify only 72 primary ragas. So if you take 10 seconds of any song that anybody is singing, it has to give me what raga it is. That is what the idea of this particular problem. Now let me move to the team understanding. So what we did, we don't know much about the music. So when the project has been started, we acquired a team, the team of Carnatic musicians and domain experts basically, and we gained certain basic understanding of the knowledge of what is the notes, what is swara, what is gamag, what is alabana, some kind of a structural understanding of raga, and maximum length of raga to classify, to make the machine to understand each raga. You should define some kind of a length of recording, right? So what is the maximum length of recording? Theory behind the octaves and talam. Not only raga, you have talam also in the Carnatic music. So because tala, if you only teach raga to the machine, tala become nice. So you need to teach tala and raga both together. So differences between Indian classical and Western notes, that also you need to teach. And something very specific for the Carnatic music called alankaras. Alankaras are 2 things by and large. Gamag, repetitive transition of same notes or patterns in the music, that is called alankaras. Every individual has certain style. They will repeat the same note again and again. For the beauty, alankara means beauty, adding beauty to the singing. That is something called, you need to understand, alabana and the gamag. Alabana and gamag are the twofold of alankaras, and how they are an obstacle in classification of raga. The problem is, you need to take more samples. That is the challenge. For the same raga, has been sung by different way, different style, by different singer. Maharajapuram Santanam singing, Todi Raga is different from, T.K. Patamal singing of Todi Raga, because they have their own styles. So you need to take more samples. That is the challenge. We don't have much samples for many ragas. So that is something that you need to know. And then the technical part of it. This is something interesting that you need to know, right? So the length of music file is 10 seconds, sampling rate to 22,050, and the total samples are 2,20,500. This is the number of parameters. And the hop length is 512, and the frame length is, the recording length is 23.2 microsecond each frame. So this is how, you need to understand a recording. Each recording is a transaction file, and each file is the input, and each input is having 22,050 columns. That is how you need to understand this. And total number of frames in music files are 530. This is a 3D data. So 3-dimensional data. So you have length, you have breadth, and you have depth. So the total number of frames are in music file is going to be your third dimension. So you use convolutional neural network to understand these audio classifications, basically, in a normal machine learning. But don't worry about that. All those things are, more technical for now. What do you do here? You just need to understand that how how you use the technology to solve a complex problems like audio classification. That's the idea of this particular session right now. And what you need to understand, the total number of files are classified by its metrics. So after feeding this information, we get a flat file of metrics. There are around somewhere 600 metrics that we derive. There is something called spectral metrics, and you have temporal metrics, chroma metrics, and tonal metrics, and time domain metrics. Let me take you through what is spectral. In an audio wave, the spectral metrics are the metrics which is basically define the the length, the wave length of the wave, each wave. So MFCC is basically a human voice, to extract the human voice from the from the given audio file. It is a very low middle frequency in a in an audio wave. So if you have learned Fourier transformation, you will understand that how you transform a wave in a mathematical way, right? So you will extract. This is actually just a Fourier transformation only. So we extract the ranges of a particular raga, or maybe a particular singer or a sample. It may be a female voice or a male voice, or maybe a classical instrument, maybe violin or maybe a veena. It doesn't matter. So every MIDI file that you have these metrics, and you have specific technologies in Python. You have packages to extract these metrics from the audio file. You don't need to worry much about that. You know very well how you learn all these things. I think in my first example in generative AI, you go and specify the specify raga. I think maybe the metrics, special metrics that you want to learn. You type special metrics, and it will provide you the syllabi of it. What syllabus you should ask, or you need to correct the syllabus. So for that, you need to know these metrics. So I provided certain metrics here. Just to use these metrics and ask AI to teach you what actually is spectral centroid, what is male frequency, septal coefficient. So these things that you can enjoy learning from the generative AI. And let me go through the next set of metrics is temporal metrics. Temporal metrics are the time of each note. That is what you need to understand. the horizontal length of a specific node, and each node variance, the range that defines that differentiate the the metric. So zero crossing rate, short time energy, root mean square energy. All these things are coming from the digital signal processing world. So all these things that you learn in signal processing as part of a DSP program. But what you just need to know, we learned everything that from where, if the people who have no idea or not having exposure on this, ask ChatGPT to teach you on these topics actually. And you see chroma features. These are all, specific features for the three-dimensional data. So when you are recording the voice, you have some placement of the sound. So that's actually surround sound, advanced features of the sound engineering. That's called chroma features. Then tonal features are the features are the time of real singing, that is pitch, fundamental frequency, pitch silence, harmonic to noise ratio, inharmonicity, tonal centroid, key strength. These are all the features are time related features. So let me go to the advanced features. These are all derived features: amplitude envelope, signal to noise ratio, dynamic range, crest factors. So when you are when there is a silence in the audio, when there is a noise, background noise in the audio, or maybe when you these are all more advanced sound processing metrics basically. So these metrics ChatGPT will teach you. Don't worry about it. And then we have a code how to extract these metrics. You can see that there is a working code example. You create a Python function which is basically creating all the temporal beat frames, chroma, chroma control frames, and time related frames, zero crossing rate. All are mathematical rates basically. So all are mathematically you compute it. And what do you do in a classical machine? In our normal machine, we use support vector machine algorithm, because this data is more sparsy data, 22,050 columns, right? So it's a huge computation space. So we use support vector machine to classify this kind of data. And then we tried this. This particular use case is available on the internet, and many people attempted it. Many people have been working on it, and this is something very interesting stuff. What is not might be there unique in this session? How we use quantum support vector machine. In Qiskit, you design the same thing. What the difference here is, we use angle embedding. I think in mathematical world, I think we know that any real number that you want to when you want to plot in a computational space, you need three angles, right? I think that is something what about the quantum. You should know here in quantum world. What we do, we use in quantum computers just in an imaginary sphere, a spherical design, where the where these numbers are being converted into angles, and we will embed these angles in an imaginary sphere. Assume you have a North Pole and South Pole. North Pole is having any particle that is atomic particle, the photon is being charged near to the North Pole is 0, and South Pole is 1. So in our semiconductor based computer, we use zeros and 1, and we use the silicon as a material for a conductive and non-conductive state. But in quantum world, what we do, all your numbers are being presented as angle, and it is used, the photon is used for charging a particular spot. The 0 and 1 is basically determined based on the position of the charged particle in the quantum space. So that is what you need to understand as a layman, or maybe the person who does not have any idea about what the quantum computer does. And all the computations are happening by moving the particle from north to south or south to north by achieving the binary computations, right? 0 and 1. You know how the binary values are being computed. So for that we use the physics slit test kit, right, where you change the direction of a wave, a wave from one direction to another direction. We use a similar tool, a split gun, that is basically used in the quantum computer to change the direction from north to south. And the 50% is 50-50. So either 0 or 1. It doesn't matter how much percentage is 0, how much percentage is 1. That is why they call it a superposition. So that is basically 45 degree. 45 degree is going to be superposition. These are all very huge concepts for us to learn in maybe in another 3 minutes. I have only 3 to 4 minutes basically. I hope I can extend for another 5 minutes maybe for a question and answer session. So what it does is basically we are just plotting all the numbers into the quantum machine and ask the quantum machine to compute and predict and classify this. So what actually the result of this? You see here, in a classical machine, the accurate prediction is 58%, and test accuracy, the training accuracy is 58, test accuracy is 52. So we use, when in the machine learning world, any AI model that we are training, we are making the machine to learn. We first train, and then we will test the training, and then we do validation. There are 3 different steps we perform. And training data set separately we keep, test data set we separately keep. These are all samples of audio files and the metrics that we derived, and each metric value is embedded as a angle in the quantum computer, and we will be using the quantum computer to classify it. You can see that there is 5% of test accuracy is increased, and 5% of test accuracy is basically increased in the QVSM. There is 2 challenges that we have. One is the more the length of the file, the more the space that you want to store, that you can't do it in your local machine. You can do only in quantum computers. It means you should know that if you are recording a lengthy audio files of 3 minutes, it might be a million columnar data, more than a million column data. So you can use quantum machines for audio classification problem. Now, we reached the end of our project. So what is the idea here is there are more complex problems that your supercomputers today that cannot be solved in the normal human lifetime. You just need to know 47 years of supercomputer computational hour is equivalent to one blink of eye with 128 qubit of Google Quantum Server. In Google Quantum Server, a blink of eye it will take for processing a computation that we used to compute using the supercomputer for 47 years. That complexity can be easily solved with the quantum computers. And this is the question and answer session. You have 5 minutes for asking any questions, how we can take this knowledge further. Hello. Anybody consolidating the questions? Again, you can put it in the chat window. I assume that I think there is no much questions about what the topic today. It was a wonderful time that I hope that you had got some understanding how the generative AI is going to transform the life, and in the AI era, how we should be ready in being compatible and competitive, and maybe the next person sitting in your office, or maybe in a corporate world, might be an AI machine. So you need to compete with AI. So there are two things that you need to understand. AI will not take your jobs basically as we think. AI will create more challenging job for you. And the second most important thing that what you need to know, AI will be uh, replacing only the jobs where the people are not having AI command over. If you are not having AI command over, then your job will be replaced by AI. That's what the two things that we need to know at this point of time. Thanks for your time. Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.